Mr. Locke here from Wolverhampton Music Service, and welcome to the 6th lesson of our whole class instrumental tuition lessons online for everyone. I'm here with my friends and colleagues who you've all met by now, who'd like to say hello to you, starting with Phaedra.
Hi.
Moving on to Paul.
Hello.
And then we have Mrs. Barrett.
Hello.
And finally, it's hello from me. So let's find out what we're going to be doing this week. We're going to start off by going over to Mrs. Barrett, who's going to do a coordination funk warm-up with you. It's going to get you moving, and it's going to be great. Then we're going to all come together. Each one of us as staff, me, Phaedra, Mrs. Barrett, and Paul are going to teach you rhythms and lots of different ways to play percussively using junk funk. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait for you to see it. You're also going to learn how to make your own junk funk instrument from Paul. And then finally, in our instrument of the week segment, we're going to show you a djembe, and I'm not going to tell you too much more about that because I can't wait for you to be able to see it for yourselves and learn all about it. So without further ado, I'm ready. I hope that you're ready to get involved. Let's get right in about it.
We're going to do a warm-up now for our bodies, and it's called coordination funk. Just copy my moves. We can stamp our feet in time to the music. We can pat our tummies in time with our feet. We can rub our heads, make sure we don't lose it. Get our bodies moving to the feel of the beat. Body rhythm, can you hear it? Body rhythm, can you feel it? We can stamp our feet in time to the music. We can tap our heads in time with our feet. We can rub our tummies, make sure we don't lose it. Get our bodies moving to the feel of the beat. Body rhythm, can you hear it? Body rhythm, can you feel it? Well done, everyone. If you want to try that again, just pause the video here and rewind it.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you, Mrs. Barrett. We're now going to pass over to Paul, who's going to take us through how to make an instrument. Let's go.
First things first, do you guys know what these are? Now, I know what you're thinking. Is it KFC? No, it's not chicken. Does anyone know what they're called? Now, if you've said shaker, you're right. Of course, it's a shaker, and I shake it to make a sound. But does anyone know what its real name is? Give you a clue. It begins with an M, a M. Anyone know? That's right. The real name for these is called a maraca. What's it called? Maraca. All right, wicked. So this is a shaker, but its real name is a maraca. And today, we're going to try and make our own shakers. You ready? So shakers are pretty simple instruments. You hold it in your hand, you give it a shake, and things inside rattle round and create a sound. And that's what we're going to do today, guys. We will need something to put our stuff in. I'll explain that later. So I'm going to use today just like a takeaway container. And I know that in the last almost 12 months of lockdown, you guys have definitely had a takeaway. So there should be one of these knocking around your house somewhere. You'll need a lid as well, of course. If you haven't got a takeaway container, guys, well, maybe a good old celebrations box or some kind of box with a lid on you can close and put things inside and rattle round. Okay? So in my container, I'm going to put some stuff in, okay? Now here's where it gets a bit interesting because the choice is yours. Obviously, don't pour some like soup in there or dog food, okay? It's got to be things that can rattle around. Now, in a shaker, what you put inside can change the sound. So, obviously get rid of the empty one. All right. I'll start off with this one. Now, my first shaker, I've just put in some dried rice. I'm sure you've got some rice at home somewhere, okay? So we know obviously rice is pretty teeny tiny, very small. And if I put the lid on, let's have a listen to the sound. So my lid's secure, we don't want rice flying around my house, okay? And here's my rice shaker. Ready? Pretty cool. Now my next container, I'm putting in some dried pasta. I think this is called fusilli. You've probably got that in your house as well, like curly whirly pasta basically. So in this container, I've just put a few pieces of curly whirly pasta. Again, let's put our lid on, nice and secure. We don't want pasta flying around my house. So let's listen to the sound of the pasta shaker. Ready? Wow. Now, straight away, I can tell that's two very different sounds. Here's the first one again. So back with the rice shaker. And now here's the pasta shaker. Rice shaker. Pasta shaker. Together?
Great stuff, Paul. We're going to move on to the junk funk part of the lesson now, and we're going to start with our performance of our version, and then we'll teach you some parts so that you can play along. But hopefully you'll enjoy our version of a junk funk performance.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So now we're going to learn how to play some of those rhythms. We're going to start with mine first. And the first rhythm that I play is this one. I'm going to clap it to you first, and then we'll talk about how we produce the sound afterwards. So it's going to sound like this. It goes. Now, the way that I remember that is I like chocolate. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. And there's a gap between the word like and the word chocolate. So it's I like chocolate. We've got that little gap there. Make sure that gap's there when you do it as well. And The technique, the percussive technique that we were using is a sweeping technique. Now, when you think of sweep, you might want to get your dustpan and brush or your broomstick. I've been using things that I can get close to the camera. So I've used paper, I've used all sorts of things. So for now, I'm going to try this one. I'm just going to put it on my neck as if it were a violin. And then I will start to sweep along the paper. So keep that I like chocolate rhythm in your head, and we're going to do it 4 times together. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. Fantastic. So that is our simple rhythm for sweeping. Now that you've done my sweeping rhythms, we're going to pass over to Phaedra, who's going to show you what she was doing. Off we go then.
Right, I have some junk with me. I've got a paper bag, I've got some tin foil, a sweet wrapper, anything that you can scrunch or crunch to make a sound. If you haven't got anything to hand, just use these bad boys, your hands, okay? But our first rhythm is going to be nice and slow tempo, okay? And the rhythm is going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and, okay? So I'm going to play you that on my tin foil. So it's going to sound like this. And I've ended up ripping it, but that's okay because it's rubbish. Okay, so I'll play that again. Have a listen and see if you can pick up that rhythm. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Let's play that together. Are you ready? After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Fantastic, well done. I'm going to swap now. I'm going to do it with this little wrapper, okay? So let's have a go and let's do it all together again after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Fantastic. Can we do it without talking now? So you're going to count it in your head. So I'll count 4 and we'll all come together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fabulous. Right. That's great. Let's do it a couple more times. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three. Well done. That's great.
Great stuff, Phaedra. Thank you very much. We're now going to pass over to Paul, who's going to teach you about his shaker work.
So one of the best ways of learning a rhythm is by thinking of tea, as in a cup of tea, and coffee. But I don't drink coffee. So, tea and coffee. Okay? Because obviously we know tea is like one sound, tea, one beat. But coffee, we can call that 2 beats. Coffee. Tea, coffee. So tea has 1 beat, coffee has 2. And just by using those 2 words, tea, coffee, we can make loads of patterns, loads of rhythms. Okay? I could start off that easy with you guys with just 4 cups of tea. Tea, 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 tea. You try it. Tea, tea, tea. That's probably my simplest beat ever. Tea, 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 tea. Tastes good. I could have 4 cups of coffee. I feel really awake then. 4 coffees. Ready, steady, off we go. Coffee, 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 coffee. Oh, that's hard, isn't it? So you might find, guys, the coffee, the 2-beater, is a bit trickier, a bit more challenging because your rice is flopping around everywhere. Coffee, 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 coffee. Okay? We could try mixing it together. How about we go for a tea, coffee, coffee. A pattern, yep. 1 tea, 2 coffees, 1 tea, 2 coffees. You ready? Ready, steady, off we go. Tea, coffee, coffee. That sounds pretty cool. let's swap it round and go for a coffee tea, okay? Opposite way around. Ready, steady, off we go. Coffee tea, coffee tea. Well done, guys, awesome. So when you see us perform our piece of music, I've played the following rhythm. You're watching carefully? I'll do it first. Listen really carefully. In the song, I play tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Got it? So 1 cup of tea, then coffee, coffee twice, and then 1 tea again at the end. I'll do it one more time. Watch carefully. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Guys, haven't we tried playing that quite a few times to get us in the shaking mood? Ready? Grab your grab your rice container. Ready? We're going to tea, coffee, coffee, tea. We're going together. Ready? Ready, steady, off we go. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Yes, well done, guys. Awesome. Phew, I think I need a cup of tea right now, in fact.
Thank you, Paul. That was brilliant. We're now going to pass over to Mrs. Barrett, who's going to show you what she was doing.
We're going to have a go at making a simple rhythm now using something that you can find around the house. So I've got a selection of things here to help me. I've got a saucepan, I've got a tin, I've got a biscuit tin, I've got a jar of Nutella, a plastic bowl and a tin that I keep tea in. But you can find anything like that from around the house. I'm going to start with my saucepan. I'm going to put it upside down on my lap. Now we also need a beater or a drumstick. I'm using a wooden spoon, but you could also use a pen or a pencil. You could use a metal spoon or fork, anything really that you can hit with. Okay, the rhythm we're going to be doing is spider, spider, slug, slug. I'm going to have a go at that now with my wooden spoon. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Spider, spider, slug, slug. Try that with me. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Spider, spider, slug, slug. And you can say those words along with me as well. Let's try 3 lots of that now. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Spider, spider, slug, slug. Spider, spider, slug, slug. Spider, spider, slug, slug. Well done. I counted us in there for 4 beats and I could make that faster or slower. Let's try something else to hit. I'm going to try my biscuit tin and this time I'm swapping to a metal spoon. Okay, we're going to go a little bit faster this time, so I'll count us in for 4, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spider, spider, slug, slug. Spider, spider, slug, slug. Spider, spider, slug, slug. That was fantastic. Well done.
So before we can finish this piece, you guys need to learn the ending. And if you noticed, all of us played the same rhythms on our different instruments at the end of this piece. I'll clap it to you first and then we'll break it down so that we can learn it as a whole. There's 4 bars in there. So listen first and then we'll break it down. I'll clap it. So it goes like this. Okay, so hopefully you could hear that in the music. Now what we're going to do is we're going to break it down, and we're going to break it down bar by bar. So we'll start at the beginning, first bar, which went like this. And the way I learn that in my head, keep it in my head, I go, I like honey cake. Honey cake, it's delicious. I like honey cake. Okay, let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like honey cake. Okay, that rhythm is actually a really famous rhythm in Afro-Cuban music. It's called the clave rhythm. I like honey cake. Okay, then our second bar goes like this. It tastes awesome. Okay, the words are it tastes awesome, and I'm going to get you to clap it with me after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It tastes awesome. Let's put that with the first bar. So I like honey cake. It tastes awesome. Remember the gap between it and tastes awesome? It tastes awesome. 1, 2, from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like honey cake. It tastes awesome. Brilliant. Then the third bar is exactly the same as the first bar. I like honey cake. It's that clave rhythm again. And then, so we don't need to practice that. Then the fourth bar has got a big gap in it. So it goes, it tastes great. We can count that in our head. So we go 1, 2, 3, tastes great. It, 2, 3, tastes great. 1, 2, 3, 4. It, 2, 3, tastes great. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. It, 2, 3, tastes great. So we got to really count. 1, 2, 3, tastes great. And you'll get that absolutely perfect. Now we're going to try and put those 4 bars together. So it goes, I like honey cake. It tastes awesome. I like honey cake. It tastes great. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like honey cake. It tastes awesome. I like honey cake. It tastes great. Fabulous. Let's get into actually putting this together now. So we're now going to have a go at performing some of these rhythms that we've just learnt. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick one. Maybe do the first one that we did, the sweeping first. And then as we play through our rhythms, counted in by Phaedra at the start, you play your rhythm, the one that you've picked. Okay? If there's more than one of you in the room, what you could do is one of you could do the sweeping and one of you could do the banging, or one of you could do the scrunching, or one of you could do the others. So just pick, have fun, give it a go, and if you want to, then you can go back, learn another rhythm, and try the performance again. Then you can mix and match and have all sorts of fun. Just have fun, give it a go, and I'll see you on the other side.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Fantastic work, everybody. How good was that? Now, don't forget, you can go back and learn some other rhythms and do it with your families. But we're now going to move on to our instrument of the week, and that's going to be shown to you by Paul. And here we go.
Hi guys. So, Africa. When we talk about Africa and music, we surely have to start right here with this thing. This is an African hand drum, which just means use your hands to play it. It's got a bit of a strange name. It's called a djembe. What's it called? That's right, So, a djembe looks like this. First things first, let's think about the shape. Look, oh, it's pretty heavy. Look at the shape of this drum. It's like a big goblet. If you're a Roman or a pirate, you might drink out of a goblet. Like that. So the drum has got a body. Here we go. And it's got a head. In fact, all drums have got a head. And I whack the head with my hand. And the sound comes out. That's right. It's bottom. Should we see how it sounds? Okay. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Whew. 1, 2, 3. Whew. So hopefully that sounds pretty loud. I know these cameras aren't that great with the sound, but hopefully you'll hear what it sounds like. So I'm taking my hand, like a big high five hand, and I'm whacking it right in the middle of the drum. Right there, right in the head. 3, 2, 1. And I bounce it off. So I've got my main sound. That's a big hand right in the middle of the drum. Bang and off. That's sound 1. But now I think I need a second sound, another sound. So you could say that the first sound in the middle, bang, is quite a low sound, right? Yeah, that sounds quite low. But watch what happens if I take my hand to the edge of the drum. We call this the rim. In fact, when you have a cup of tea or a glass of pop, you drink from the rim. That's the rim of the cup. All right? So on the rim, the sound is different. It sounds like this. Like a pitter-patter or a tip-tap, okay? So tapping on the rim makes a higher sound. We've got a lower sound in the middle and a higher sound on the edge or the rim. Here's the lower middle. Here's the higher edge. Let's put it together. Cool, right?
So that brings us to the end of our Junk Funk Lesson Week. And we've had a lot of fun. We started with Mrs. Barrett's coordination funk warm-up. That was great. Then we learnt how to make our own shaker from Paul. That was really, really good. I'll be doing that at home. Then we went on to our main Junk Funk activity, and you guys learnt loads and loads of rhythms. We learnt some new words as well, and it was brilliant. And I hope that you've managed to do lots and lots of performances through that and learnt loads about rhythms. Then we learnt our instrument of the week, which was by Paul again, and it was djembe. Really, really interesting instrument and some different ways to make those sounds. So I hope you've had fun, and I hope you'll join us on the next one. But until then, see you later.